Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and it's Casing Tuesday. And I'm going to just wait a little bit for everyone to get on that's joining me live. If you're watching this as a recording, you are welcome to skip the first few minutes where I just kind of talk until I get to my card making portion. So don't feel like you have to. My mic is in the camera view. There we go. While I get set up and everything. So today, our son arrived back here on Saturday. And so he's been kind of isolated in his room ever since then. Good morning, Mary. And so he's had a negative COVID test. Now we don't think he has COVID at all. He's been pretty good about keeping in his little pod up in Canada when he was there, and but he wasn't as isolated as us, and he does have roommates. So even though they were all pretty good about doing that, we wanted him to have two negative COVID tests. So he's had one when he arrived, which was negative, and now we're just waiting. He had his second test this morning, and so we should have the results back by tomorrow. And so hopefully I'll be able to give my son a hug, which is so weird. Such a weird year. He's right there, and I can't give him a hug. I've been feeding him though. We've been putting his food out on a tray, and he's been grabbing it. Right now, he's on school term, and his school term hasn't ended yet. He's in doing final exams and last end of year assignments that still need to be handed in this week. So I don't know how much we would see him anyway because he's really super busy. But after that, in a few days, I will be able to hug him. By tomorrow, I should be able to hug him. I'm pretty sure he'll be negative, and then I'll be able to hug him, and it will be so nice to have him here, and the three of us can spend Christmas together. Probably smaller than we would have liked to do it this year, but we want to keep everyone safe, and hopefully, I know the vaccine is being given right now, so by hopefully sometime next year, we'll be able to start to see a turnaround and start to get back to some normalcy again, which would be great. Good morning, Karen and Janine and Amy. Amy, it's snowing in Washington again. You are having a snowy, snowy year. We are supposed to get snow here, I think, starting soon, like in the next day ish. Right now it's so beautiful. I'm looking out over the Charles River. My studio faces the Charles River. I'm so lucky. And it's just a beautiful sky out there right now. Blue sky, and it's reflecting off the water. It's a beautiful day, but I think we're going to get hit by snow pretty soon. So we might have a white Christmas. That's kind of cool. All right. Well, today is Casing Tuesday, and that's the day when we take a card out of a current Stampin' Up! Catalog and we give it a makeover. This is a great exercise for me because I've been stamping for a long time and I need to explore new styles. And it's great for beginners too because it gives you a starting point. We tell you how big to make the layers. You can fudge a little bit, make them smaller, make them larger, but we give you the measurements so that you can create your own card in kind of like a building blocks, like Lego blocks. You plug and play, and you can change some things around too, like I always do. So let me show you what today's card is. I think it's right here. There it is. And I think the original size of this card might have even been a note card, but I made this card as a full-size card. In Stampin' Up! Terms, that is a half sheet of cardstock, and then that half sheet is folded in half. So the front of a card is basically a quarter sheet of an 8.5 by 11, generally, in our stamping terms. I love this card. It's a great little layout. I think it's so doable. And so here is this, here is the sketch right here. So it's pretty easy, and I changed the measurements just a little bit to for my card, just to make the layers look right. And the original card is a Christmas card, and I'm not that I'm completely done with Christmas yet, but I've kind of switched gears. I'm working on cards towards the more spring, so I'm working with products out of the annual catalog right now. They're all available for purchase. I will start pretty soon switching over to the upcoming catalogs, but right now I'm still working on the annual catalog. So let me switch my uh-oh, there is, I don't know how to turn off people's comments. Um, there is someone that has yeah, I have no idea how to delete that because that is through, okay, maybe I can, no, I don't know if there's a way that I can, oh, let's see. I don't know if there's a way that I can do anything about that from here. That's really interesting. I've never had that problem before, so I don't know how to turn anyone off, but I will figure it out for the future because that is really annoying. And I'm just trying to see if there is a way to do it from here. Click on the three dots and block him. You know, the thing is, this is done through eCam Live. So I don't know, I'm not in YouTube. Oh, actually it's in Facebook, right? Okay, let's see if I can get to Facebook. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, so let me go to my group. Let me go to my page. Sorry, there's so many different places where people you can be, right? And it's like it's hard to navigate all of that stuff. Let me close this down for a second and see if there's a way. Okay. I'm getting to there. Sorry, guys. It's very hard to navigate sometimes. And you know what? I don't even see. Okay. I'm just trying to find. I'll know how to do this for next time, right? It's not even coming up as a comment. Sorry, guys. Let's see if I can pull this up in. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't get to where those comments are. They're not even showing up on my thing. All right. I started to have feedback. Sorry. I am just going to run my live. Please ignore any comments that are coming through and apologize for that. It is what it is, and I'm going to see what I can do to block that in the future. Let me pull up my comments here. So distracting. Okay. Yeah, and um, I can't seem to block him here from Ecamm, so that's my problem right now, and I don't know how to get into my YouTube to do it because I can't see his comments among the comments. They're just showing up here, so I don't know how that is being hacked. Sorry, guys. Oh, Karen, thank you for reporting him. I okay, so maybe you got to him before I could see him, but I'll see next time if I can pull up my Facebook so I have it live coming on there, and so I can get to it faster. Thank you so much for doing that. Sorry, guys. So hard sometimes with all the technology, and I have to remember my YouTube and my Facebook. Why don't we get to stamping? Let's do that. Okay. All right, let's have a look. These are my cards for today, and I made them in so many different colors using that same layout right there. And I used the 2020 2022 ink colors, so just really pretty cards. And then I'm using the Basket of Bloom stamp set from the annual catalog and a grandkid stamp set. And I don't have grandkids. I am not a grandmother, but I'm telling you that I really love the stamp set, even if you don't have grandkids or need them. The happy birthday is great, and the congratulations great. You are so loved. Those are all, and so proud of you. They are standalone greetings in the stamp set. I didn't really notice the stamp set until it went on the sale. And then I'm like, oh, I like some of those greetings in the stamp set. So I'm using the congratulations. Oh, you know what I love about these scripty greetings is even if you stamp them a little crooked, they don't look crooked because they're all scripty. So that's a really good one to have. All right, let's get started stamping. And I've got a piece of 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 right here. And what I'm going to do, I have a centering ruler. I actually really love this ruler from OmniGrip. It's a centering ruler. So it has 0 and goes out. But what I really love about it is that I can take this and I can measure up about, let me see how much it is. I think it's an inch. Yes. I'm going to measure up an inch from the bottom and draw a line. And I can use these little lines on here. I don't know if you can see them. There you can. So those little lines right there help me draw a straight line. So I just put them along the bottom of my cardstock, and then I can draw a line. And this is 1 inch up from the bottom. Okay. So I need that line because I want to make sure I'm going to leave enough room for my greeting to be underneath here. So I'm going to take my first stamp, and I'm using this little pot, and I'm going to use cinnamon cider. And I'm just going to ink this and center it right on that line. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with a Post-it note. Where did I put them? Right here. So just take a regular Post-it note, and we're going to do some masking. We're going to stamp the greenery, but I don't want it on top of my pot. I want it to look like it's inside my pot. So I'm just going to put it, you can just see a little peek of the top of that line. You definitely want to see that line, because if you don't, there's going to be a little gap in between the two stamps. You need that little bit of a line so that they're right on top of each other. I'll show you. Just give me a second. So let me grab my Just Jade ink pad, and I'm going to ink up these little leaves right here. Can you see that? And Just Jade. And I'm going to do, the first one is going to be kind of right here, coming off the side. Then I'm going to twist this next one so it's almost like the stem is laying flat. I'm going to try and stretch it as far as I can to the right side. Okay. Then I'm going to come up here and do this one as tall as I can in the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to have a branch coming off. So I'm going to, right about there where my thumb is, I'm going to create a little branch coming off like that. Okay, so I'm building a plant basically. I'm going to have one leaf sticking up down here, right there from the bottom. And then I'm going to grab two leaves and push them up right there. So I've basically created a little plant right there. Okay. So let me close that up and pull that off. And so now you can see all my greenery is actually above the pot line. It's not below. So that's a quick little masking tip for this guy. All right, we're going to color now. So I'm going to use cinnamon cider, the light, and I'm just going to brush on here. The cinnamon cider light. Come along here. Come along the bottom. And then brush on the top. And I'm going to go a little darker. There's a little shading on the side of the pot, and I'm going to make that a little bit darker right there. And then I'll come in with my Just Jade bullet tip, and I'm going to fill in the stems with the Just Jade light marker. I like, usually, you know, sometimes I would do the stamping in all tuxedo black, but I like that I can use green for the plants and cinnamon cider for the pot. It looks like, you know, an unfinished clay pot. So it looks just natural and there's no black line. I like that. It looks kind of pretty. Okay, so that's how it looks so far. And then I'm going to come in, I've got my little bloom from that stamp set, and I'm going to use matching cardstock. So I've got Magenta Madness ink, and I've got Magenta Madness cardstock, and I'm just going to ink and stamp. And I would do that with the other colors that I need as well. So let me just, so there's one bloom. You could do all the same colors, or you could do different colors. So I've stamped Midnight Madness, ink on Midnight Madness, and I've done Bumblebee on Bumblebee. So you can create little flowers by stamping the same color ink on the same color of cardstock and then punching out with a small bloom punch. Okay. And then we can add those to the card. And oh, I'm going to be doing this color card base I haven't done yet. I'm going to do a Just Jade card base. So I'm going to just add the flowers just kind of, they're kind of randomly, but they're actually on purpose in a certain area. I don't want them to look like they're all in a row. So I've got them coming on different heights and kind of, this one's a little closer to that one. So it looks like it's kind of a pleasing design. You can take your eraser and erase this little guideline right here. Okay, so that's the base of my card. And now I'm going to come in with a Just Jade card base. And I did this as a tent fold. So this is 11 by 4 1/4. And then I scored in half at 5 1/2. And then I took a piece of the In Color Designer Series paper in Just Jade. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to add Tombow to the back of here. And just add it to the front of my card. Okay. So now I can just add this and center this on here. All right. Okay, so we're building our card. And now I'm going to take a piece of the Whisper White cardstock, and this measures 4 1/4 by 5/8 of an inch. I've got my congratulations from the A Grand Kid stamp set, and I'm going to come back in with cinnamon cider and just ink that up and center it from side to side. Okay. And this is going to come across here like this. Then a little earlier today, I took a piece of the copper foil sheet, and this measures 2 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And I ran it through my embossing folder, and would you know it? I don't remember the name of the embossing folder, but I'll get it for you. It is the Little Details embossing folder, and they have these cute little lines right here. And so I thought that would be perfect to have one of them come right underneath my greeting, because there is that on the card. So I'll just take a piece of tear and tape, and I'll put this right on here, right on the upper part. It's much easier to use tear and tape than it is to use Tombow for copper, like anything metallic, because it's going to slide around too much. And the way I center this is I'm going to just put this on my card right here and make sure it is centered from side to side. And then I'm going to lay this on top of here. And I just want that bottom squiggle to show. Okay, stay. Don't move. I'm making it harder than it is. Okay. All right, so I just want that little bit of a squiggle down below underneath the congratulations. It kind of just highlights it a bit, and it kind of brings back to the cinnamon cider. Cinnamon cider is kind of coppery. And then I'm just going to add a little Tombow to the back of here. And now I can add it to my card, coming across like this. Oop. Little slidey. All right, so now we just have a couple of things left. I've got a little tiny bow that I tied with some linen thread. So I'll put a little dot right on the side of my pot of Tombow, and I'm going to match up that dot of glue with the knot on my bow. And I'm just going to hold that down for a few seconds. The little tiny threads or fibers in the linen thread are going to catch on to that Tombow, and they are going to hold my little bow in place like that. Then I will come in with some champagne rhinestone jewels. These are so pretty. Look, and they match the copper. So they've got kind of a coppery tone. They're on right on the edge of my little thing right here, but they've kind of got a coppery hue to them. So it comes back to, it matches the whole design. And it just adds a little bling to the card. So, you know, we've got in the that color pack, we've got all the different colors, right? And, you know, if you use up one color too much, then, you know, you can only make 4 cards because of the size of the card front that I have. But now, if you use all the different colors, you can create the cards in the different colors. And so you can make many more cards. If you like this design and you want to replicate it, you can just do it with the different colors. And there, you could switch out. This could be a birthday card or another kind of card. You just need to find a long, skinny greeting that will fit across there, and then it just makes like a really pretty little card. And what I like about it is you can kind of see the copper catches the light down here, and you can see also the bling, the champagne jewels are also catching the light. So there's a lot of prettiness going on this card. So what do you guys think? After my whole kerfuffle this morning with the person that was uh, causing breaking into our live. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to control that. I don't know that I can control it from my. I'm streaming through a service called Ecamm Live, and I can see the comments through that, but I don't think I can control them through there. And so I never actually pull up my live, so I'll have to see if there's a way for me to do that. I'm not sure if maybe Karen didn't get to it before me, and so maybe that's why I couldn't see the comments when I finally got there. So hopefully that was the case. And next time I'm going to try and pull up my live right away, because if this is going to be a problem in the future, I don't want you, I don't want me not to be able to deal with it. So thank you for being patient. You know, we're always learning with new technology, and you know, there's people that want to come in and disrupt our lives, and you know, we just have to like figure out a way to block them, right? So let me go back and see some of your comments. I hope you guys are all doing well today. Um, let's see. Um, okay. Yeah, various people reported it. So that's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Um, good morning, Betty. And thank you for sharing. Good morning, Dee. You're in Kansas City. Um, good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Jeanne. Um, so I think we needed to maybe, I'm not sure about that other person, whether or not we need to block them. I don't read Portuguese or not. It could just be, you know, someone that enjoys card making, but I'm always now a little, I'm going to be a little bit cautious and worried. So we'll have to see how this goes forward in the future. I haven't had that problem with YouTube yet, but you know, it is what it is, right? Okay. Karen said she loves the cheery, pretty card. Thank you. Um, and Betty and Mary both love the cards too. I'm so glad you like them. And you know, they're not hard to make, of course. And just remember the masking technique. Just use a post-it note so you can add your greenery. And you'll have to do that with, let me pull the stamp set real quick. So a lot of these, you can mask off the top of that vase or the basket so that you can stamp your greenery right, you know, and have it be um, in the basket or in the vase. So you can use that little post-it note technique with the other vessels, so to speak. But you know, I really liked this when I first saw it, and I picked it up when we had that stamp set sale in October. And I just didn't have a chance to use it yet because I was focusing on the holiday catalog products. And I'm so glad that I was able to use it today before we get into our new mini catalog, which will be coming up in January. Okay, guys, well, I hope you have a great week. I am planning to be doing a live on Friday, and then I'll be back on Tuesday, and then the following Friday, we're going to be kind of into the Christmas season. So I'll take I'll be here this Friday, but then I'll take the Friday after that off, doing a live. I'm not going to be completely off. I'm going to be working behind the scenes, but I think everyone's going to be busy with family and stuff. So I will take that week off, or that day off, and then I'll be back the following week. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you on Friday. Take care. Bye bye.